Howdy, everyone. Hogwarts Legacy looks amazing. This is the Harry Potter game that I have been wanting for years. And this has me thinking, 2001 was the release year of the first film, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or Philosopher's Stone if you're British. Your accents are sexy as hell though. It took 22 years for a big AAA game based on the franchise to hit store shelves, while store shelves are still a thing. So the big question is, what franchise is next? I have about 8 ideas in mind. Okay, I just want to make one thing clear. I'm talking about big AAA, potentially critically acclaimed games. A lot of these franchises have had tie-ins in the past, but none of them were really massive hits. I have about 8 ideas in mind, starting with Shrek. Weird idea, I know. Wait, hold on. I can't show movie footage? So, here's some gameplay of Hi-Fi Rush. I'm loving this game so far. There are a bunch of Shrek games, but not a big AAA Shrek game. This would be an immersive open-world experience. You'll explore the vast kingdom of Far Far Away, Farquaad's little castle, and even Shrek's swamp. As you journey through the land, you'll encounter a wide range of colorful characters, such as Pinocchio, the Three Little Pigs, the Gingerbread Man, and maybe even a Muffin Man! Each with their own goals, motivations, and quests that you can do for them. You'll even choose your own path through the game's multiple quest lines, whether you're working to protect Far Far Away or plan to take it over. Oh, and also, why not throw in a Mr. X-like dragon or ogre villain that lurks in the shadows and pops out randomly trying to kill you? With an engaging storyline, which is possible due to that last Puss in Boots movie, a lovable cast of characters, and endless exploration opportunities, a Shrek video game will keep you coming back for more. It would also be cool to have a AAA game set in the How to Train Your Dragon universe that is not developed by Outright Games. In a game that would be inspired by the story of Titanfall 2, a How to Train Your Dragon video game would tell a heartwarming tale of friendship and karate for everyone. If you got that reference, you're a badass. But seriously, there's no karate. But the real soul of a How to Train Your Dragon video game would be the bond between the protagonist and their dragon. As you journey through this world, you'll explore an open landscape filled with danger and adventure. You'll battle multiple enemies, both humans and dragons, using a variety of weapons and abilities. And there would be a deep progression system where you'll be able to upgrade your character. As you fight alongside your loyal dragon, you'll become an unstoppable team, able to take on any challenge that comes your way. In addition to the main storyline, the game will feature a variety of minigames and side quests, allowing you to take a break from the main action to try your hand at racing or combat training, or even just flying around and exploring. And with how visually amazing the movies are, I am sure that a AAA video game adaptation would come pretty close. Up next would be an epic single-player experience set in the universe of the beloved Planet of the Apes trilogy, the badass one with Andy Serkis. Across 2 story-driven campaigns, you'll experience the story of Planet of the Apes from the perspective of both the apes and the humans. As a member of Caesar's army, you'll guide fellow simians through a world plagued with danger, using your intelligence and strength to overcome a variety of challenges. From epic battles to stealth missions, you'll use your wits and your might to emerge victorious. In the second campaign, you'll take on the role of a human survivor in a world ruled by apes. As you journey through the ruins of human civilization, you'll confront the harsh realities of life in a world dominated by your evolutionary rivals. You'll need to use all your skills to stay one step ahead and survive. With immersive gameplay, a compelling story, and iconic characters, a Planet of the Apes video game would be an experience that fans would not want to miss. It would have the dark and gritty gameplay of The Last of Us mixed together with the hero and villain aspect of Sonic Adventure 2. And hey, maybe Crush 40 could do the soundtrack. Actually, never mind, that wouldn't fit at all. It would still be badass though. A video game based on the Hunger Games series could easily be a battle royale. I can't believe this genre hasn't died out yet. But a game focused on traversing the districts and the capital could be very interesting. One possible concept for such game would be an adventure that allows players to explore the districts of Panem and the capital before they compete in the Hunger Games. The game would be set in a time period before the events of the first book/movie, allowing players to create their own character, compete in the games to gain fame, power, and wealth, and of course some trauma. The gameplay would involve exploring the districts, interacting and connecting with residents, and training to improve your skills in combat, survival, and strategy. As you compete in the Hunger Games, you would encounter other players and be forced to make alliances and make decisions that would affect the outcome of the plot. In addition to exploration and action, the game would focus on the story and characters drawing from the rich source material of the books and films. I was thinking the story could be told out of chronological order. It would cut between the main character's time during the games and before. It would explore the themes of oppression, rebellion, and sacrifice that are central to the Hunger Games series. The Cabin in the Woods would be an immersive survival horror experience inspired by the beloved 2012 film. In this game, you'll take on the role of one of 5 friends who set out for a weekend getaway at a remote cabin in the woods. This would be a prequel, of course, if you know how the first movie ended. What starts as a simple trip quickly turns into a nightmare as you discover dark secrets of the cabin and the sinister forces that lurk beneath. The Cabin in the Woods can be an asymmetrical multiplayer experience, with one player taking on the role of one of the guys underground, while the other players control the friends. The guy downstairs has the power to manipulate the environment, unleashing a variety of terrifying creatures and traps from the whiteboard. It's up to the friends to work together and use their skills and resources to survive. But with that said, there are too many horror movie video game adaptations with a similar premise. Why not have a survival horror title in the vein of Resident Evil Village? As you explore the creepy cabin and the surrounding woods, you'll need to scavenge for resources, struggle with some puzzles, and fight off a variety of terrifying enemies. Like the unicorn, it will give an opportunity to have a closer look at some of the monsters that wreaked havoc in the third act. With intense gameplay mixed with some witty dialogue that satirizes the horror genre, a Cabin in the Woods video game would be an experience that fans of the film won't want to miss. A AAA John Wick video game. That is why I come, Keanu. For those unfamiliar with the John Wick franchise, it follows the story of a retired hitman who is drawn back to the criminal underworld because Theon killed his dog. Known for its gun-fu action sequences and breathtaking stunts, the John Wick films have become a fan favorite and a cultural phenomenon. It makes me want to go outside and wear a suit. Now imagine being able to step into the shoes of John Wick and experience all the adrenaline-pumping action for yourself in an epic and badass prequel. That's exactly what this game will aim to do. As John Wick, you'll embark on a series of dangerous missions, taking out high-level targets and fighting your way through waves of enemies, all while learning more about the assassin's origin story. You'll have access to an arsenal of weapons and gadgets, including guns, knives, and even school supplies. That's right, kill a motherfucker with a pencil. I swear, it would be Batman mixed with Doom with the aesthetic of Hotline Miami sprinkled in. But it's not just about the combat. I would also want this game to capture the mood and atmosphere of the films, immersing you in the criminal underworld of the John Wick universe. I want to interact with Winston and Sharon and the Bowery King. And I also want to visit some iconic locations such as the Continental Hotel, which could also serve as the main hub of the game, where I could also get a glimpse into the inner workings of the secret society of the assassins. Keanu doing the voice and motion capture will help make this game feel like a true extension of the films. I want to see a compelling original storyline. I believe this game has potential to be a standout title in the AAA space, with its engaging action and rich world building. A AAA John Wick game is bound to happen, and I can't wait to play it. I also want to see a Kingsman video game, inspired by the gameplay of the Hitman World of Assassination trilogy. The Kingsman series follows the adventures of a secret spy organization as they take on threats to global security. Think Bond meets Harry Potter. This game would be filled with action, espionage, and a touch of humor that caused the Kingsman films to stand out. Well, the first one at least. The second one was mid. The third one I still need to see. But I digress. Imagine being able to join the ranks of the Kingsmen as a newly recruited agent, embarking on a series of high-stakes missions to save the world. You'll use a variety of weapons and nice suits, to take down dangerous villains and complete objectives, making you feel British. And during each level, players will have the freedom to approach missions in a variety of ways. Just like Hitman, you can use stealth, find disguises, and treat each mission like a puzzle. Or you could go crazy like in that church scene. And of course, the game will have replay value, with multiple ways to complete missions. And this probably won't happen, but there should be an anal sex minigame thrown in, similar to the older God of War games. What? It's how the first movie ended. I believe this could have the potential to be a hit for not just the fans of the Kingsman franchise, but for gamers in general. And finally, a AAA, single-player, story-driven Stranger Things game. Stranger Things is the hit Netflix show that follows a group of young friends as they face off supernatural forces and super secret evil government organizations within the small town of Hawkins, Indiana. Actually, they spend a lot of time outside of Hawkins in the latest season. With a compelling cast of characters, a nostalgic as hell 1980s setting, and thrilling plot twists, Stranger Things quickly became a global phenomenon. Now imagine stepping into this world and experiencing the mystery and adventure for yourself. As a new character who moves into Hawkins, you'll quickly find yourself drawn into this nostalgic world, full of creepy creatures and hidden secrets. You'll experience the joys and challenges of growing up in the 1980s. Maybe there will be a song in this game that'll blow up on Spotify, kinda like with Running Up That Hill. And Never Let Me Down Again. Thank you, Last of Us on HBO. In terms of the gameplay, I'm envisioning a blend of story-driven missions with a semi-open world exploration full of side content, similar to Kamurocho/Injinsho from the Yakuza games. There would be numerous mini-games and collectibles and secrets scattered throughout the town. And of course, no Stranger Things game would be complete without some epic boss battles against the monstrous creatures of the Upside Down. So those are some films and shows that could use a nice Hogwarts Legacy-like treatment. All that's missing is a stupid reason to have a boycott.